Hello, and welcome back to another pen talk. Thank you very much for joining me as I explore this amazing, incredible, pleasurable, wide world of pens. And I've been motivated to revisit my green Asvine V800. Pen has really gotten a lot of positive press on the World Wide Web. So I felt I had to ink up my V800, dive into it a little bit deeper. I went to Pelican Hub. I got some Pelican ink, not apricot, but tanzanite. So I figured that would be a nice color to put into the green V800. So I think Asvine did another great job with this pen. We have silvery trim and gold colored trim, so they have those variations. Vac-Fillers work well. It's not a coated, but it's pretty good. And the pen is extremely well made, well machined, all the parts fit together well. And this has a 1.1 millimeter stub nib, number 8, which has been writing very, very well. So with that, the crabs are going to give you a winky wink, and we're going to dive in. Stay tuned. The amazing things about the V800 is it comes in an incredible variety of very, very good looking colors. You even have clear in silver and gold trim and amber. Say no more. So one of the fun things about having a pen, especially a transparent pen like this, is you can see those threads there. And you may say that I want this clip to line up exactly a certain way in regards to the nib. Well, the finial here to the cap unscrews, because you could expect that from those threads. And once you unscrew, then you can put the clip anywhere. And one of the things I think is great about this is there's an O-ring there. I think that's an impressive design feature. Certainly seals up the nibs. I mean, these nibs seem to stay very wet, don't dry out. So again, Asvine has raised their level again, added a feature into this pen design, which is excellent. And we'll hold the clip in the right spot. We'll tighten it down. You know, you could use a rubber gripper that will help you. And I'm not saying every finial is going to easily come apart, but this one did. And the other thing is these is double threaded. So you go to the next place, and the nib then is on the opposite side from the clip. Kudos to the engineering, design, and manufacturing of Asvine with this pen. I've darkened the room. It is daytime, so it's not going to get real dark. So the LED's not going to be as emphatic as it usually is. But this is just a great resin. I really like it. And as you can see, there is some transparency to it. Some people call it chatoyancy, pearlescence. Yeah, there's a couple names for whatever they put in the resin to make it shimmer and sheen like it does. Shimmer more than sheen. Glitter. And if we can get it to work. Yes, there is some transparency, and you can see the ink level. You just have to catch the transparency correct. But no, I enjoy it. Pelican has been very consistent in their Edelstein ink collection bottles and boxes. Tanzanite. So here we have the bottle. You know, it's definitely an impressive looking bottle. Nice big opening. But it's shallow. So as you use up the ink and it gets lower and lower, then you got to play around with putting it at an angle and doing other things to try to get all the ink out. Yes, one of the things that I find frustrating about Edelstein inks. So here's what tanzanite looks like on a paper towel. Again, not much to it. It's a really, really dark blue to my eyes. Oh, here are my 3 Asvine pens with the 1.1 millimeter stub nib. I have it in a C2000, my first C2000, and the brown and gold C80. The nib is very consistent. The lines may be a little bit different based on ink. This is a Pilot Blue Black, and this is a Birmingham Pen Company ink. You may see something there. But the real key is what's on the other side. And what we see on the other side is the Pelikan Edelstein ink. Certainly some significant bleed through, where really very little to none with the other 2 inks with the same nib. I'm not a fan of the Pelikan ink, which you'll hear me say a few times. Some people might say that paper makes the ink. So this is my Tomoe River notebook, one of the many that I have. And I figured I would write with my Asvine stub nibs on that paper. You can see they're all 3 very wet writers. They all lay down a pretty wide vertical line and a thinner horizontal line. I'm happy with all 3. You know, the Pelikan ink here looks okay, but then it's Tomoe River, so you don't expect any spread, breathe through, or any of those things. If you look at the other side, we'll see confirmation. There's nothing there to see. Yes, I attended a local Pelikan hub, October 24th of 2025. But of course, I didn't get the apricot ink, or whatever the ink of the year is. I got tanzanite. And you also get a nice little notepad. In the past, this paper has not been very fountain pen ink friendly. We'll see what it looks like with the tanzanite ink. So here's the writing on the Pelikan notepad paper from the 2025 hub meetup. It's C2000 Birmingham Pen Company ink. Has a little bit of glitter in it. Of course, you're just your Pilot Blue Black here. This is very heavily coated paper, so the ink lays on top of it. Again, I see no dimension in the tanzanite ink. We flip it over, there's 0 on the other side. Considering the thickness, I'd say this is close to 90 GSM. And the coating, that's what I would expect. It's a pleasure to write on. Small notepad paper. Well, during the writing sample, I'm certain you didn't hear the nib on paper because it doesn't make any sound. Almost no feedback. And this paper has a little bit of texture to it, this Fabriano paper. And the ink looks okay. It's on the dark side. Doesn't really have any dimension to it. Again, it's Edelstein ink. Tanzanite, nice name, but not my favorite. Let's see how it looks on the other side. Well, not bad. Just a little bit of ink there. Not as bad when the first time that I wrote, so maybe the nib was a little bit wetter then. I'll live with it until the pen is emptied, which might take a while. A lot of letters. So we've come to the finish of this video, the end of the review. I enjoy it. I inked it up because of the Pelikan Edelstein ink, and it's not the best combo. I don't know what, this is like a dark blue. I don't know. But again, I have my prejudices for the Pelikan inks. I like their standard inks, which are more affordable. Edelstein inks just don't turn me on, and I have a number of bottles I've tried all those different colors and doesn't float my boat. But I'll enjoy it in this pen. You know, nice dark line, very smooth, ink flow is great. You know, and so I've inked up my two V800s and I love both of them. And I think from what I've seen on the World Wide Web, and most everybody else loves the pen too. But you know, I got the P140, I got a bunch of other pens, and I like those too. So for something a little different, here's a Blue Jay feather, which kind of is in that family. I don't know, I'm not the best with color. So I'd like to wish that everybody is found safe, healthy, and happy while watching this video. Hopefully I've contributed to maybe some of your enjoyment of life. Maybe that's why you watch the videos, who knows. Yeah, I welcome comments, I welcome interplay, interaction. My pen friends are enjoying the videos. Yes, I have quite a collection there, and I enjoy all of them, just like I enjoy almost all of my pens. Yeah, I'm a happy guy. So with that, we've reached a conclusion of this video review. Thank you all for watching, and we will say bye-bye. Who knows what's next?